Oh, yeah, I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Food 101. Food, people. Let's talk about food. And today, I have my special guest, no other than Mr. Kumar Kamad.
Thank you for having me on the show, Danny. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Finally, thank you for having you too. It's been a long time that we want to talk about Indian cuisine. What's, what make Indian cuisine different from other cuisine? But before we go on, Mr. Kumar, I just want to invite my listener here on Food 101. I'm inviting you to listen to our podcast, Book 101 Review. It's on our third season with Chris Tetrablay, an award-winning author and the author of the Voldemort Apocalypse trilogy, and it's one of a kind. So please do check our second episode this coming Tuesday. We feature one of the greatest writer of all time. So please do listen. Book 101 review. So, Mr. Kumar, before we go on,
Yes.
can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Kumar Kamath, as Mr. Danny said. Um, I'm a chef. I'm in this career for more than 13 years now. I tried my little bit of hand in everywhere, like all type of cuisine. I did for like 3 years. I worked in Indian cuisine. I worked in India for a long time, almost about 8 years. And I worked in the States. I worked in the States for 2.5 years, doing continental cuisine, and I moved to Canada in 2012. Since then, I'm here in Canada, like trying my luck here in cuisine as well.
Today we're gonna talk about Indian cuisine.
That's right. I always like talk about Indian cuisine because, as I said, like I have a bit of experience everywhere on all type of cuisine. Like, but wherever you go, when you work with your coworkers, definitely they will ask you like, "Oh, do you know Indian cuisine?" Like, obviously I do. I do know how to cook Indian cuisine, like Indian dishes. But you know what? As we talk about Indian cuisine, it's like a vast cuisine. Is a comparison of Indian cuisine shouldn't be like other cuisines like French cuisine or even French cuisine is so vast. In the same way, even Indian cuisines are vast, right? It's divided into region, South region, North region, West region, East region. So every region has their own authenticity. And you cannot say like, oh, it tastes the same like the South Indian cuisine. No, it's like totally different. For instance, I would say like South Indians dishes are like more kind of a spicy, more spicier than other cuisines, like other part of the regions, like North Indian cuisine. So like South Indian cuisine has more of a balanced diet compared to other, I would say. Like they use a lot of fermented products, like as we say, like a pancake, right? But the breakfast in South Indian has same pancake, but it's like fermented rice, lentils. It's soaked overnight and grinded, kept for fermentation, and used the next day morning. So this is only done in south part of India. So, and as we know, like a famous dish of Indian, anybody like anywhere you go, you ask them like um, Indian dish, what it is. So first thing people will say is butter chicken, right? So even a kid will know about butter chicken. If Indian food like butter chicken or samosas, those are basic. Those cuisines are like more popular, I would say, from north part of India, and it's like during like when India was conquered by like British eras, right? And
Yes.
when they moved from India, they took like a lot of North Indians with them, like who were very honest and like they were working for British Empire, so they took them and and they took like a lot of Indian chef at that time, like because in the palace, like the main cooks. would be men, and that too like Indian men who were cooking their food. Um, so they wanted like to take all this cook and all their empire, all this employees and people who some of them have migrated from Britain, and also some of them are all already Indians. They wanted to take them with them to Britain.
Yeah.
Um, yes. So the thing about butter chicken is like this was only made for like the Britishers at that time. There was like, and it's like not that spicy at all compared to whatever the spice level Indian would eat. So that was like a real like how the butter chicken originated at that time. Even when you if you go to India and you say like Indian like butter chicken is Indian dish, no, it is not. It is like Britain dish.
So
Yes,
you mean to say that they modify the butter chicken?
yes, they modified the butter chicken.
What do you think Indian cuisine is being special to the world?
It's more about like a different variety of spices, right? The main Indian dish or Indian cuisine is based on spices. During the era when Portuguese they brought like they started trading spices with Indians. So they brought like peppers to India, and they took like a lot of other spices like cinnamon, you name it, and they took it from India and like trading system, right, with Portuguese and Indians. And Indian cuisine, that's why they have like so many variety of spices, right? Any dishes, it's not complete with like, minimum of four spices in that. So it's, and as we've seen, like, health studies says like, spice is a really good ingredient for your health.
Yes, definitely. Spices are really good for your health to maintain your stamina. Herbs and spices of Indian cuisine are unique and it really help your body in everyday life.
Yeah.
So, what in Indian cuisine that you like best?
Uh, as I say, like Danny, it it totally depends on like, for breakfast, if you're like very health conscious, you would like to eat dosa. Dosa is like a pancake, but it's a fermented pancake, right? So if you want to maintain a balanced diet in your life, and you don't want to like, be obese, or you're very health conscious, so definitely you will go for dosa with like a tangy and spicy lentil sambar. Sambar is same like dal, right? But
Yes.
sambar is doesn't have any vegetables in it. But sambar has vegetables and spices. Whereas in dal is only lentil cooked in like water, tamper, mustard seed, curry leaves, and a chili. That is so. It is like it doesn't have like too many spices involved in it as compared to sambar. Sambar is like you need to have like a lot of spices in there. Like you have tamarind, you have cumin seed, you have mustard seeds. Then there is also called sambar masala. It's like a mixture of various like cinnamon, bay leaf, on all the other masalas. They have like different. It's different. Sambar masalas are different than what we use for dal and all, right? So what I mean to say is it's so you can choose your like morning diet, or like in the afternoon you can have something like lighter, or even in a dinner you can have something lighter. Um, like in the lunchtime you can have like naan or a little bit of curry, and so there are so many variety of curry. It you you can even see the type of curry, like the color, and you can if you get like if you're quite a lover of Indian food, if you see the color you can say, oh, okay, you know what, like chettinad is kind of like a spicy curry. It's like totally brown. Butter chicken, it's like orange color. So if you
Yes.
see sometime we can just quite often eat a Indian chicken, and brown is like chettinad. And korma, um different ingredients. Like korma, what's special is like it's too creamy and it has like cashew paste. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you can have like variety of food every day. Um, Even I don't know if somebody like want to be picky with the color, right? I want to have like something in orange today, something in green today, even green, right? We have like saag paneer or saag chicken. Saag is like spinach. So
Yes.
they cook it, they grind it, and then they make a like masala, the spices. So you can have like a green chicken curry.
So, as a chef for Indian cuisine, what is your advice for this aspiring cooks or chef to try cook Indian cuisine?
Obviously, like the main most important thing to be if you want to be a chef is like your taste bud. You have to eat and taste. It doesn't matter what you like it or you don't like it. There should be no food that you say I don't like it. You have to taste it before you decide you like it or you don't like it. It's same like with Indian cuisine. As I said, like it is different in color. At the same way, it is different in taste. You cannot like compare, oh, the brown gravy was similar to the orange gravy or the yellow gravy or the green gravy. So it's like totally different. As an aspiring chef, if and anybody, it's not only about the aspiring chef, it's about the foodies, right? If you are a foodie, you then you gotta try whatever comes on your plate, right? So to be a good chef, you have to be a good eater. Not like a massive meal, but like you should love food, you should taste food. You There is no thing called like no, I don't like it. If you're a chef, it's within you. I want to try. You need to have that curiosity to try. That's the main thing I would say for any chef. Curiosity.
Yes, definitely. And if you want us to be a chef or a cook, you need to commit mistake plus curiosity because mistake make you perfect in the future.
100%,
Plus,
yes.
yes, plus your curiosity in what you're doing. If we combine together, that makes you a better chef or a better cook. So, Mr. Kumar, before we go on, I want to shout out to the people listening in India. I have a lot of places listening to India, so say hi to them. Namaste.
Namaste,
So,
India.
Namaste,
Thank
India.
you so
So,
much.
thank you so much. This is are the places. Maharashtra, Karnataka. Thank you so much. uh, National Capital Territory of Delhi, and Chhattisgarh. I don't know. Forgive me if I did not pronounce well.
Chhattisgarh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, Chhattisgarh, Telangana,
Wow,
Andhra
nice.
Pradesh, Punjab, Gujarat, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Kerala. Wow, beautiful Kerala.
Yes.
Jharkhand. Did I pronounce well?
Yes, yes, you did. Jharkhand.
Daman and Du.
Oh, that's a territory of India.
Yes.
Union territory.
Yes. Bihar.
Bihar.
Nagaland. Himachal Pradesh. Haryana. Union Territory of Puducherry. I don't know if pronounced correct, but
Yeah,
thank you so
Puducherry,
much.
yes.
Odisha. And of
Odisha.
course, that last but not the least, Goa.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Obrigada, Portuguese people. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast because this podcast is created to empower different cuisine in the world. So, Mr. Kumar, as a chef of Indian cuisine, what is specific dish that you want to promote as Number one dish for Indian cuisine.
Uh, we can talk every Tuesday, and we'll bring up with new, we'll talk a specific cuisine on that day. As I said, it's we will split it into north, east, west, and south cuisine, and we'll particularly talk because it's a vast cuisine. Even if you say it's South cuisine, even South cuisine has different branches to it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's better if we can pick like a small uh, um, area of cuisines, then we can better give more quality time and talk about in depth about. Today we talk about overall like how India looks with cuisine, but when you see a certain area in India about that cuisine, then we can better explain how it works and how it was originated and how they are how they are changing into like modernization now. So it will for the people who are getting into the culinary, right, and who are like aspiring and like who are enthusiastic to be a great chef in the future. They will have a little basic idea what how the cuisine works, and maybe like they might um, want to love and learn about that cuisine. So I think like we can talk more about in depth of a certain cuisine then.
What make these dishes connected each other?
Um, it's more kind of a the borders, right? Say India as a whole, when two borders are connecting. Say if we, for example, if you take a South Indian cuisine, right? So South has like different states. It has Karnataka, it has Tamil Nadu, it has Kerala. So these are like border to each other. So when the border touch, it's um in like in Tamil Nadu, as we talk about the pancake, right? Dosa. It's also made in Karnataka, but in a different style, with different spices and different filling, stuffings. So it's pretty much you will have that taste, you will have that idea, like, oh, okay, this is what it is. Okay, this is how it's. If you want to simplify, we can say it's a bread, right? A bread,
Yes.
and um, you can make it in a different variety. The base is pretty much the same. It is the flour, but then when you put herbs and all and roll it and like bake it, it turns into focaccia. It's the same thing, same flour. If you roll it and don't put anything and like make it a crispier, it like French baguette. So it's the same thing, pretty much the same thing. The base idea is the same.
Yes, but different variation.
Yes.
What do you think? What will be the future of Indian cuisine?
Oh, it's as I see the growth of Indian cuisine and so many great chefs coming up, and they're taking to a different level with this molecular gastronomy, right? They're trying into a different variant, different taste, and bringing in as we see world is so small, like shrinking, I would say, right? So many spices and all, even the equipments are traveling from one part of the from one part of the world to the other part of the world, the modern like French or Italian or any like equipments, modernized equipment they're bringing into India and like trying like so many um stuff with that, with keeping in mind the base of Indian culture and Indian food, and modernizing into bringing into international cuisine, uh, giving a different standard to it.
Yes, definitely. Characteristic of Indian cuisine that Indian cuisine better from other cuisine.
As I said, like it's about his, I would say, health reasons, like using the spices, daily spices in your life, right? It gives you a balanced diet in your daily routine health. I have seen I have like when I was living in on the States, my colleague, and she was my roommate. And she used to take spices every day in the morning in the hot water, like cinnamon. And I said like, I never seen these people doing it. And she said like, I don't take enough spices, so I have to do this. And have, my doctor has recommended to you know to reduce the you know the fat level in my body. I said like, wow. So that was something new to me. And then like I said, okay, like so in our life, spices plays a lot of crucial role to maintain our body. It's not about like eating, it's about balancing your life. So as even a doctor said, like spices is good for your health. So most of the spices in Indian food, you go anywhere, they use like everything you name it, and all the spices have like their own health benefits. Like any food in India, they use turmeric. It's like antibiotic.
Yes, very
So
well said. Yes, true.
yes, so you take it like if a normal like if you're making a chicken curry, is the base they make it with. They put like cinnamon sticks. They have like garam masalas. So all the garam masalas, like they have like cinnamon. They have a cloves. They have like seven varieties of spices and grind it to make a chicken curry. So you have all the health benefit in this. So I haven't seen like that many spices used in any other cuisine, right? Obviously, other cuisines have their own good things, right? It's it's good in their way, and Indian cuisine is good in their way. So it's nothing like you cannot say this is good and this is bad, or this is um, Indian cuisine has like a lot of spices to be used up. It's a good thing. Like even if you take a lot of spices, it's not wasted. It's like it's good for your health. So if you're like health conscious, even if you're not, those people who are not health conscious, if they are eating Asian food or like in Indian food, they're indirectly getting to like push towards the health curiosity. Like you're not healthy, or not, sorry, I shouldn't be saying not healthy, but I should be saying like even if you're not health conscious, by eating spicy or spices involved in Indian cuisine, you are directly getting benefited with that.
Yes, very well said, Mr. Kumar. So before we go on, I'm again inviting you to listen to my other podcast, Geography 101. It's all about places that I visited and we learn about geography. So, people, please do listen. Geography 101. So, Mr. Kumar, what age did you learn that you are good in cooking?
Honestly, don't laugh.
I will not laugh.
Yes. So, so you know what? If I had to be precise, I would say at the age of 8.
Wow.
Yes.
Early
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
Yeah. Very early age. I like it. I didn't knew like cooking is a chef, right? It was initially started like my mom and dad were working, and my mom um, like was having a hard time when she was sick and she couldn't cook. She was on just on the bed. She was having like a extreme fever, and my dad was at work, and my sister was too young. I have a sister and she was too young. And she was hungry and there was no food at home, and mom couldn't wake up and like cook food for us. Then I was like, I asked my mom like how to cook. The first thing cook was rice. Then I asked how. It's all started with, as I said, my mom's sickness, right? And she was sick, and I asked her how to cook this rice. She just like she couldn't like um talk. She's just like doing the action. She's like, I said like, where is the rice? And she told me like the first thing I cooked was like um just the rice, and we had curd, and we just put like rice, curd, salt, and just mix it and then gave it to my sister, and she liked it. So that was the first stage of my career, how starting with cooking. But I didn't realize like that will be my career till I graduated. I did my bachelor in bachelor in commerce, And then I sort of decided like I should pursue this career. And since then, like I was cooking, I was helping my mom.
Who influenced you to be or encourage you to be a chef or yes, to be a chef?
Oh, we all like, in our career, in our earlier age, when you're, you're looking for a career or looking for your passion, sometimes you are like confused, like, is this my passion or is this my work, or how to take it out? So what I believe is like everybody in their life, they should have one good friend, you know, one good friend who will take out the good thing from you and let you know what, you're good at this. Because none of the people will be like, knowing that, oh, I know what I want, I know what I do. No, there has to be like somebody to like pull you out from there and tell you like you are good at this. And it's not like that you have to take that word out. Okay, yeah, he told me, then it's right. No, it's about like, you also put it into practice, or put it in, give a thought about it. And that's what I did. Like, my friend, we after my graduation, I went and sat with him and I talked to him. And even he was doing culinary. He was into second year of um, like culinary. And even I gave a thought. I said like, I love cooking, and do I want to like pursue this career? And we sat and we talked to him. He was free because he gave his last semester exam, and he was free to talk, and we sat and talk about it. And he said like, I've been with you for like, um, so many years. I know you, and I know how well you cook. But if I don't know if you want that to be your career, so you have to give a thought about it. And he said like, as far as I know, I believe in you, and I know you can be a good chef. And if you try good and you put your 200%, you be a great chef, right? It's a big difference in good and great chef, right? It a lot of people will be a good chef, but not a great chef. Great chef is like, it has like a different level of um, charisma for that. So I would say like my friend was like the one who pushed me into it, and I really thank him for doing that. I'm still loving cooking.
Very well said, Mr. Kumar. So, what else you can say about Indian cuisine?
As we said, like, it's a different, um, altogether. It's more involved with spices. We were talking about spices, but we'll a little bit talk about Indian sweets, right? It's 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 way different than other sweets. You cannot compare, like, I can taste this, and it is similar to the, like, I tasted somewhere else. No, it's like totally different, like, even in sweet wise. And also, as we talk about, like, there is like different um South Indian cuisine, North Indian, and East Indian cuisine, as the same thing. Even for the sweet dishes, right? They have like different variety of dishes. In South, they have different sweet. North, they have different sweet. Uh, if you are like well familiar with the cuisine and with the states, after looking at the sweet, you can say, oh, you know what, this is south part of India. Oh, this is like north part of India. Um, so we will talk more about sweet as well. Like, I know there are a lot of sweet lover as well, like me. Like I love sweet, so we'll talk more about sweet as well.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much, Danny. Thanks. It's a great pleasure to like work with you and share my knowledge, and at least give something to people like what I learned, so that uh, upcoming generation, and even like people listening all over the other place of in the like in the world, they might know a little bit more than what they know right now about Indian cuisine. And I'm glad I'm doing this with the help of Mr. Danny. Thank you so much, Danny.
You're welcome, Mr. Kumar. You're much out there. We are encourage you to cook or try Indian cuisine because it's It's a different kind of cuisine because of the spices, the herbs that they put. It's good for the body to make you better, healthier, and okay, Mr. Kumar, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Danny. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, people. See you soon.